Hello friends, I am Rahul Gupta from Starts with Why. So in the corporate insight, we are going to learn one more interesting topic that is asked in the interview. What makes you angry? And if you are not aware of that, how to answer this question in advance, it is a very difficult to answer this question at the time of interview. Okay. So I will also be discussing that what is the fantastic technique that I have developed, okay, over my 15 years of career experience. Okay, we call value counting technique. By utilizing this technique, you can nail this interview question in a very fantastic manner and can be in the top of in the hiring list. So stay tuned till last to understand this fantastic technique called value counting technique. Okay, so again, without wasting a time, let's move on. So again, we will discuss in the similar format what makes you angry. We will be discussing that what the interviewer panel is actually looking for through this question, what are the common mistakes that everyone makes including me, okay, and why the interviewer panel actually asked this question, what is the thought process going on in their mind, and the fourth one is what is the secret recipe that has worked for me. So we will be discussing all these four paradigms to answer this question, okay, in a very fantastic manner. So now let's discuss the first question, that what interviewer panel is looking for through this question. Okay, so generally this whenever this question is asked and what is the connotation behind that, there might be slight difference. Okay, so whenever they are asking what makes you angry, what is the meaning, actually they are trying to ask how well you are able to handle your personal emotion without affecting your performance. Okay, have you done this in the past and what are the possible examples? The second one, they are also looking for, do you have any real world situation at work in the past? Okay, and the third one is how you handle that situation, what is your way of handling these kind of things, because this can happen again in this job interview. Okay, or once you basically join the team, that might can also happen. So what is your thought process, what is your strategy? That's what they are asking for. Now, what are the common mistake everyone makes? Okay, so few people, whenever this question is asked in the interview, they are not prepared, so they become upset. Okay, what makes me angry? Okay, and they start thinking their expression, their posture, gesture. Obviously, by seeing them, every interviewer panel think, okay, this guy doesn't have any preparation in advance, so that might be a problematic. The second one is you are basically working up something that happened, okay, getting worked up, okay, about something that, and you are so much in that that you forgot that that might affect your job that you are applying for. The third one is completely deny ever getting upset. That means you are saying you are the god. Okay, you never get upset, anything can happen, okay, but you will not get ever upset. If you are doing this, obviously the interviewer panel will not hire you. We are human beings, we are not god. Okay, so we get upset. Only thing the interviewer panel is looking for, that if you become upset, how do you handle that? Okay, so you should never deny. An excessively long answer, see, these questions we should be very crisp and clear. Okay, we should not drag these questions too long, or we should not be very too short. There should be a perfect balance in that. Okay, too uptight means the moment they told, okay, what is your mistake, and you told tick 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 tick, these are my 5 mistakes I have done. Okay, that means if any of those mistakes are there is a probability that you can get in the current job, then the interviewer panel will think, oh my god, if this problem happens, this person can become angry, can leave the job. So you should not be very too much uptight. Okay, and another thing is like being intolerant meaning is like you are still carrying over that angerness now. Okay, and you are it is visible in your answers. So if it is happening, that means you are not going to get that job for sure. So these are the common mistake many people does while answering this question. Now the next part comes, okay, why the interviewer panel actually asked this question, what is the thought process? We have discussed little bit about that, but why? Because they would like to understand what are the things annoy you at work, so that they can think like whether this will be carryover here also, or they should not worry about, because if it's a carryover, you might leave the job. So have you resolved any negative feelings? So if these kind of feelings comes, okay, while working in this current job also, are you able to resolve them, or you still carry over those, okay, and they get accumulated? Third thing is, do you speak poorly of an individual? Like, are you trying to rectify yourself, or you are basically playing the blaming game? He did that, she did that, like that. Okay, so, and do you describe a situation where you are still angry about? That means those feelings are still carry over. Now, these are the things that every interviewer panel is looking for through this question, or try to probe whether you are doing any of these things. Now the question comes, how should we answer this question? Okay, but before answering, we should remember one thing very, very clearly. Okay, so I will tell you the secret recipe that has worked for me. So the first thing I love, okay, I love the quote of the Ambrose Bierce. Okay, who's Ambrose Bierce? He's an American writer, journalist, and a poet, and he has written a very, very fantastic book. Okay, we call the 100 greatest masterpiece of American literature. Okay, so and this book is a very fantastic. Okay, he by the American Revolution, and what he has told, like if you are angry and if you open your mouth, okay, what is going to happen? You will speak, okay, when you are angry, and you will make the best ever speech you will ever regret. The meaning is, if you are angry and if you start open your mouth, whatever the utter bullshit that you will speak at the time, you will always regret. Okay, so now the question is, this is the first understanding you should have. Whenever you are angry, keep your mouth shut. Okay, now the question is, what makes you angry? How to answer this question in the corporate world? Okay, so let's coming back to that. So I will be discussing about the value counting technique. Okay, so when you are answering this question in the interview, that what makes you angry, okay, what you should do, first research the company values, because every company works on two items majorly. One is the performance, okay, and second is the value system is basically like what is the ideals on which the company is based upon. Okay, how the company wants you should work. Okay, those are called the values. And first you research, it will be available on the company website, or sometimes they're given the job descriptions also. Okay, second is, whenever this question is asked, show that any violation of the company value makes you angry, because company takes values very, very seriously. And if you are saying that you are also becomes angry with the company violation, that means you are in the coordination with the company's value, and that makes your hiring chances greater. Okay, and third, it is not just you just tell them, you need to support with the evidence. So prepare one or two examples whatever you are telling. Okay, so these are the basically. Now how will you manage this? Okay, suppose you became angry because somebody violated the company values. Now how will you manage that? So then you should remember the famous quote of Thomas Jefferson, that whenever you angry, start counting to 10, okay, before you speak to someone. Remember, when you are angry, keep your mouth shut. Okay, and because if you open your mouth, you will regret forever for whatever you speak. So before speaking, count till 10, and if you are ultra angry, count till 100. This is a fantastic technique called value counting technique. Okay, and now the moment you do this, what happens? Your anger level slightly subside, and then you can take a conscious decision or conscious discussion with the person whom you are trying to manage your anger with. Okay, now let's see that how can we basically answer this question. Okay, so I will give you the sample answer. For an example, so let's say this is basically the you will say the sample answer is, hello sir, hello ma'am, though I am a well-tempered person, I admit that it is frustrating when any employee doesn't respect the value of the company. So you see on the top, these are the values of the company: quality, delivery, responsiveness, reliability, correct, trusted to deliver excellence. These are the values of a Rolls-Royce company. Okay, so you can say that I am a well-tempered person. I admit that it's a frustrating when an employee doesn't respect the values of the company. Okay, so in my last job, I was in a situation when one of our team members, okay, delivered the sub-quality work to meet the deadlines. Okay, because the deadlines were close, so he told, okay, I will meet the deadline. So whatever is done, he submitted. Before approaching them about the situation, I walked around the building and took a deep breath, okay, to stay calm by counting methods. Okay, just now we discussed the value counting. So I counted till, let's say, 20 or 30. I was not too much angry. Okay, so and then after that, I was little calm, and now I can discuss in a conscious manner. So now what happened? This strategy basically allowed me to calmly confront the team member about their lack of effort, because finally we need to be calm to understand what is their stake. I reminded them of the importance of the quality in our work, okay, and their consequences, okay. And if we miss, okay, if missed, and encourage them to ask for any help if required, okay. And even I also asked them that, remember, we are in the aviation sector, it's a very very crucial, your one mistake can basically take a lives of thousands of peoples, okay. The moment they realize that kind of values, okay. And then I also sent them few of the new employees to the safety training, where actually we demonstrate the live examples, okay. Live means the true example which has happened in the past that caused many lives, okay. And what are the findings, what is the issue, the moment they realize that, okay, they will never do that kind of mistake. And this strategy helped me a lot to make them realize that whatever the work that we are doing, we need to be committed, okay, so that we don't do any kind of these things, because the life is at stake. And I realized that after that they understood the potential, the true potential of the work that they are doing, and they were committed in their next assignment, okay. So this is the fantastic way to channelize your anger, we call value counting technique. So please frame your answer based on this technique, and whenever you are in the corporate world, and send this video to the person who is in need of this. And if they get an interview finalized, or if they basically crack the interview, you might get a nice party from them, okay. So keep learning, keep learning. Thank you, see you in the next video.